All right, everybody. Thank you for tapping in to Let's Chat and Jam. I am sitting here with a friend of mine, and I'll tell you, I first heard her music when we were on. Well, matter of fact, she was singing with Keith Sweat. It was the Keith Sweat song that "Make It Last Forever" jam, and I don't know if y'all remember that song, but I do because it was my jam. Like when I heard "Make It Last Forever," I was like, "Yeah, see, when I get older, that's the type of relationship I want. That's forever. That will never go nowhere. That will always have my back. That lady, and I'll have her back too." And I love that song. And if it wasn't for Jacci McGhee, I'm telling you, that song wouldn't have went nowhere because Jacci McGhee put her voice on there and stamped that. I mean, she stamped it. In any other song that Jacci McGhee has ever been on in her lifetime, she stamped it. And Jacci McGhee is one of a kind, and I'm so proud and blessed and humbled that she picked the time to come out and talk to us. And those people that are viewing on YouTube, this is live, so you get to see all the bloopers as they come about. But those that are people watching this on the rerun, there are no bloopers. Okay. So anyway, thank you so much for coming through, Jacci McGhee. It's a pleasure seeing you again. Reason why I say again is because we've done this before. You've been on the show in the past, and I'm really proud to have you here, man. So tell me what you've been up to.
Yo, Drew, let me tell you something. First of all, I want to tell everybody how humble that I am. You reached out to me a while ago, and we did get to do, interview together. And sorry, y'all, for the noisy background. I'm at Target and outside now. Um, you reached out to me, and ever since I've known you, nothing but love. And you support everything that I do. You know, you're just a gem, man, and I love you. Thank you for that. Thank you so much for just supporting me. What I'm up to, I have a new single out, just dropped August 26th, called The Riches of the World. It's a little controversial because, nobody wants to really hear truth right now. Everybody wants to go in that direction of, um, what's going on. So you got, the Beyonces and the Tiana Taylors, Megan Thee Stallion, Rihanna, whoever. You got the Cardi B's, all of them. They out here and they're promoting um, basically, pornography. Pornography when it comes to doing these live shows, doing these videos, what they put on their records, what they're saying, how to drop it, how to pop it, how to just go against everything that was humanly put in place for us to be um, just a humble, great people. You know what I mean? Now it's everybody got on garter belts and thongs, and the grandmothers are dropping it. Everybody's twerking, doing all kind of stuff, and that's not us. That's not for us. But it's like it's a spirit that's coming on us, and now we're just doing anything and everything, and was bad is good and was good is bad. Like they don't. There's no line. So I wrote this song, "The Riches of the World," when I was going through um, actually being homeless, but living, with some friends of mine. Um, but it was about, you get all these riches of the world because of course, I had money, and then I didn't have money, and I just thought about what they offer you in the music industry and in all these different industries, what they offer you to sell your soul. And if I would have sold my soul, I'll still be all right now because the enemy gonna take care of his until he wants payment. And when he wants payment, that's when all of a sudden the artist dies out of nowhere, or all these members of their family start dying, or whatever. Just like the Kennedys, they said that the grandfather sold his soul whatever way, and all his, he wanted his sons to be presidents and this and this and that. And but the price was, the penalty was death. So now you got all this stuff going on. We don't know what's going on. All we know is it's a lot of stuff being pushed in our faces. So riches of the world, I was trying to put it out last year, and the Most High would not let me put it out. He wouldn't, I mean, wouldn't. And I was like, okay, Father, I'm gonna leave it alone. And I got stressed out, and I was like, I need this. So I kept saying, I need this song to come out because of the time that we're living in. I was like, this song needs to come out because it talks about selling your soul. Gain this world and gain the riches of this world, and you lose your soul. And riches is not just money; it's the riches of anything that you put yourself into and you're worshiping. So the riches of this world could be um, sex, um, drugs, whatever it may be. That's the rich. That's the riches of the world. Money, sex, drugs, whatever it may be. You gambling, you doing whatever, and then you get to where you shopping too much, whatever it is. You get to a place where you just selling your soul. You get up, and that's all you think about when you get up in the morning. You don't pray. You don't do nothing. Everything is about, let me go get this bag. Let me go get these coins. And you got so many people out here like, running on the top of other people to get money and to be big, and to everybody want to be a star. Everybody want to be this and this and that. So it's 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 just gone too far, especially with the pornography and the sex. Everything is sexual. Everything is, they making everything um gay for all these kids and whatever. They not letting these kids make up their own minds when they get grown. They pushing an agenda. I don't like that they pushing that agenda, because we know that most of the gay community have been molested, and a lot of them, have have their issues, and I get it because I went through it. Not, I didn't go through being gay, but I went through being molested, so I know about it. You know what I mean? So I know how the enemy comes at you and wants you to believe that you're supposed to hate men, or wants a man to believe he's supposed to hate women and all of that. But back to the riches of the world. The riches of the world is about selling your soul. So I play the devil, and I play. I have a bride's dress on, and it's to represent righteousness, that the Messiah, Jesus, Yahusha, is coming back for righteousness, the church, the bride, his bride. That's what he's coming back for. So that's what the video shows. It shows the devil offering, I can give you the world if you follow me. And then you have Here Come Light, showing you that is greatness and goodness. And the Most High saying, I'll give you the world. I mean, you can have what you want with the world, but I'll be right here, and I'm looking at you. I got my eyes on you, because he's in us. So he's like, I got my eyes on you. I see you, but you have free will. You can do what you want, but I'll be here waiting for you, and have faith. So I say that all in the song. I say what the devil's gonna say, and I say what the Most High would say. So riches of the world. It's out right now. It's 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 doing okay so far. It's a crazy beat. You can dance to it. And while you dancing to it, you singing Riches of the World. And people are like, oh, she's just a ballad girl, but I'm not a ballad chick at all. Um, Make It Last Forever just happened to be that song that blew up. But as you know, Andrew, I'm on Expressions with Salt and Pepper, and that was a double platinum single. And then all that other stuff that I've done, my stuff, Skeezer, It Hurts Me with Keith Sweat, and then I did the Family Stand Connected album. So, and I sung with Toto, doing rock music with Toto, Toto, Africa, Hold a Line, all of that. So my background is not just ballads. So I put out an upbeat because I want people to dance. And while they in these in these trances, dancing on a dance floor, they hear this song and they're like, wait a minute. And you singing this song, and see, songs are chant. So if you're chanting something that's gonna make you think about, okay, the riches of the world. So, the riches of the world. Gain that ish and lose yourself. Like you saying, if I gain it, I lose myself, and then you start singing the other parts, and the Most High's talking to you, and then you're like, okay, wait a minute, I got a choice. I can do this or that, and this choice seems to be better. So I'd rather you getting your swerving and getting your dancing, you know, hearing that, than for you to hear, you know, Let's drop it. Let's pop it. Pop that coochie, put it on them, back it up, let them eat your groceries, this and that. You know what I'm saying? It's like, come on, what are y'all selling? And I'm really like, I ain't gonna lie. And I know that people come after me, and I don't care. But Beyonce's album is disgusting. She's singing and saying every to be a married woman. You already know it's demonic off the top because she's saying stuff that don't even make sense. She's telling women how to, you know, put it on them, ride them, how to clean yourself up after, how to back it up and let them go through the back door, how to do all this. Why are you singing stuff like this and you putting this stuff on kids? Grown chicks is, reciting this stuff back and they're like, yeah, yeah. That's what's messing up our women right now. So that's where I am with it, Andrew. That's
Well,
where
I'll
I
be
am.
honest. I have not heard that album.
Oh my
The,
gosh.
the only song I ever heard from that album was "Can't Break My Soul,"
And you
and
know what? That means something. And I didn't want to cut you off, but that means something because she's saying she ain't talking to us. You know what I'm saying? First of all, Beyonce already told who she was when she says she has another another personality, and that personality is Sasha Fierce. She already telling you that she has a spirit on her. Then, and people that don't believe me, go watch the hold up video. She's levitating in the water. She's speaking stuff that sound demonic, and then the Bible is floating in the water. And she says, "I plug my menstees with the holy pages." You blaspheming against the holy scriptures. Come on, no. Well, who's gonna do that? A demonic spirit is gonna do that. So whatever way she done sold herself out, because you don't get $1 billion in the elevator by just doing regular stuff, being a Evelyn Champagne King. You get $1 billion in the elevator by selling your soul, by selling sex, by corrupting a mass of people. That's how you get $1 billion in the elevator. So, but go ahead, Andrew. I'm sorry because I get mad when I talk about it. I get mad.
I just nothing I can say, man. It's the music industry in itself. It's always been that way since I can remember. Even Michael Jackson,
Oh
he
yeah.
got caught out there in that life, and when he realized, wait a minute, I can't do this, man. I'm killing myself, and
Yep.
eventually, I'm gonna be gone, and who am I gonna answer to? And I don't want to answer to him in this state. So he went and got some help. He pulled himself out the game and went to Europe somewhere and hid out for a while. And then of course then he started having his kids and he started becoming a dad. And the only reason why I think he's dead is because they wanted his royalties.
Of course. The powers that be, you know, they don't play. People are like, oh, we don't know if the Illuminati's real, if we don't know this and that. No, they real. And it's very evil. Our business is very evil. And like you said, they wanted his royalties. They wanted, what he owned, his masters, his stuff. They wanted it. And he was my girlfriend told me when we were in our 20s, she said, "You don't remember telling me that Michael Jackson was gonna die at 50?" I don't remember telling her. And when he died at 50, I was pregnant with my daughter, and my girlfriend called me and she was just screaming and she was like, "You told me he was gonna die when he was 50." I don't even remember that, no lie. But the powers that be want what they want. They don't care how they do it. You're not gonna tell me they ain't send that doctor in there to kill that boy, to kill
And
that
it
man.
wasn't and it wasn't Conrad Baines. He was a scapegoat.
Exactly. They did
He was
it
a scapegoat.
whatever the way. They probably had something on him. You know what I'm saying? Because that's how they roll. Having something on somebody else, and they're gonna hold it over your head and say, "You need to go do this for us," and because we're gonna expose you. It's always because that's how the enemy works. He's gonna expose your dark because he don't care. He wants souls. So I think that not only Michael, um, Prince dying when he did, I believe the same thing. I believe it wasn't, something that it's just, I think it's just time. Even Whitney and her daughter, these things are not coincidence. It's like, even like when you have like a Kurt Cobain from Nirvana, and he commits suicide at the age he committed suicide, and you have the Amy Winehouses and all these people that just dying too young or dying at a certain time in their lives, and it just seems weird out of nowhere. This stuff is not by accident. This stuff is on purpose. It was planned, and the outside people that are not in the industry, they don't understand that the industry is, like you said, it's been in the industry for years, but it's more exposed now. Like, it's almost like, and I put it this way: there's not a lot of people that want to believe that Satan is real, but he's real, and the fallen angels are very real. And the Most High is real. I know, because he speaks to my spirit all the time. He has worked miracles in my life. He called me out of my mess 17 and a half years ago to change my life. He told me if I didn't change my life, I was going to lose my soul. And I knew he had a mission for me. And my mission is now. But, that comes along with being attacked. So you got to be ready for it. And I truly believe that a lot of artists, um, definitely now, are doing what these record labels want them to do, and that's selling their soul. These record labels are like, they don't care what you do, because look who owns the record labels. That's all I'm gonna say. Look who owns the record labels, and then ask yourself, is that people of the Most High? Absolutely not. There's no way you paying me, and I know who was writing my checks. There's no way you paying me and you gonna say that y'all the chosen people when you're pushing songs and stuff like Skeezer. Skeezer was out before Beyonce even came out, right? They were trying to push me into doing all of them little nasty videos, and my Skeezer video was nasty. And it was number one on the box for probably almost 3 months, and it was big because it was risque, it was nasty. Chicks in the cages and everybody with thongs on and all kinds of stuff. But the Most High wouldn't let me do that. He was like, that's not for you. Come up out of that. No. So I didn't even want to do it. And he knew that. So he blocked my stuff. But then now you have, when Beyonce comes later, now this is the stuff that they're doing. Like all of them, not just Beyonce. I'm not gonna just blame her and say it's just her, because it's not just her. It's a lot of them. But I take it back to who owns the record labels, and who are pushing us to destroy our people, and to destroy people, period. But especially our own people, because it's our women that's twerking the most on these videos, and making videos, and they butt naked and got BBLs and breasts sticking out everywhere, butt sticking out everywhere, clapping their booty cheeks and all that. That's our people. That's our women doing that the most. So, you know, it is what it is. Um, I have to bring truth, make it last forever. I can say is, it's a love song, and I thank the Most High that it was able to last as long as it has, and that's till now. Um, it's because it's a love song, and I don't have to be ashamed looking back, on that song, saying, "Oh man, look what I did. Look how I was influencing kids." You know what I'm saying? I can look back and say that's a beautiful love song for people that's getting married, for people that's in love, that's thinking about being married, that type of stuff. Now, you know, if you boning and stuff on your own, that's on you. But I know that that's a great message, and even expressions with Salt and Pepper, that was a great message. Not feeling like you're doing something that you can't be proud of. So I don't know, Andrew. That's how I feel about it. Like I said, I have to speak on it, because that's my walk now.
Nothing wrong with that. Ain't nothing wrong with that. You're the living embodiment that it's not too late to change your ways and go the
That's right.
righteous path. Because when you go the righteous path, maybe it's less lucrative in the short term, but in the long term, it's the greatest feeling because you don't have to look over your shoulders at night. You don't have to worry if somebody's plotting to get you.
Yep.
You don't have to worry about none of that. So if you
That's
do it
right.
on your own, see, a lot of artists, they want to be superstars. They want to be megas, million, famous, making lots of money. Record labels are like, hey, we got the money for you. But what are you going to do for us?
That's right.
I mean, there are so many dope artists and talented artists right now, independent artists that are doing it themselves. They go to work every day. They work like you or me. They just work.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
at night they on the stage, they performing, or they go to the studio on the weekends because they just earn a little bit of money to get studio time.
That's
The
right.
thing is, these artists, man, they work hard, but the label don't see them
They don't
because
want that.
they're not selling their souls.
That's right.
They're they're doing what they want to do. They're making the music they want to make. And so here is people like myself, the connoisseur of good music, and
Yes.
I go out there and I find it and I highlight it and I just blast it. And I love the music I hear from Jacci McGhee. There's a brother named Eugene Cole. Eugene Cole makes love music for women,
Wow.
and he don't curse in his music, not at all, not at
Wow.
all. And how he's an author too. He just wrote his first book.
Oh, that's
Eugene
beautiful.
Eugene Cole out of San Diego, California. And if you want to find him, you could look him up under Geno, Gene
Hmm.
dash O. And as a matter of fact, he's an understudy. Well, at first he was a background singer for Lenny Williams. And when
Okay.
he was a background singer for Lenny Williams. And then Lenny Williams said to him, hey man, you're really good. You got to do it yourself. You got to go on your own. And
Right.
he's but he loved Lenny Williams so much so that he's like, well, I don't want to leave you. I want to just be your background singer. He said, nope, you're fired.
Right. Right. He had to fire him to push him. Right.
Yeah. And so his wife told him, hey man, go ahead, do your thing, make it, do it. And so he's been doing it, and his music it's been coming along, and
That's
not
good.
everybody's into love songs anymore. Some people want to hear shoot them up, rough them up, do them up. They want to hear stuff like that. They want to hear that gangster stuff,
They
that
do.
hardcore crap that a lot of females is doing, and
Yeah, they want to hear too what the girls are talking about. Let's pop this P on these dudes, and that's it. That's all we got to do. Get this bag. Let them, hit us off with some money. We gonna go buy these shoes. We gonna go buy. You know what I'm saying? That's what they want. That's what they. That's what they want to listen to. Like you said, it's no love songs, and Gino, if you listening, if you gonna hear this, you stay doing what you're doing. You stay true to it, because even if you have 20 people that love you, that's 20 people that's going to buy your music, and that's 20 people that the Most High gave you to be able to sing to. You can't, we can't sit back and be like, oh, you know what, I want to be a star, because it's not about being a star, because we know that, you know what does it profit a man to gain the world and lose his soul? So we'll go out, want to be, stars, 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 but you gaining the world and you losing your soul. Because what is those, like, um award shows and stuff about? All it's about is flash, show, and, oh, we're going to give you an award for what you did. No, I don't want no award. Give me my money, give me my coins. Let me make my money from my record sales. I don't need no awards. And that's what we get it messed up. There's, like you said, there's so many talents, and I know you come across a lot of unsigned artists that you work with, that you like to put on, because that's how I met you. We talked about it, and I think that's a wonderful thing that you're doing with a lot of these unsigned artists, because you're giving them a platform to push them, and that's great, because there's somebody out there that's gonna love them, and that's my push to anybody out there that's sing and want to be, Don't go for the riches. Don't go for any of that. Go for the gratification of knowing that you touch somebody's spirit and heart with the music that you're singing, and that you stay true to what you love. That's it. You know.
I'm digging the vibes. I really am. Question I have for you is, what are some of your greatest accomplishments? And if you haven't reached that pinnacle yet, what would it be before you retire?
um. My greatest accomplishment is my kids. Now I have to say that my children are my greatest accomplishments. I'm blessed to have my kids. And my son that shot my video, he just graduated in May. He did 5 years of college for so he could become a producer of film and a director. Soon as he finished my shooting my video, he started at HBO last week. So
He's working at
he,
HBO?
yeah, he's working at HBO. So now,
Wow.
he's on
Congratulations.
all these sets. Thank you. He's on all these different sets, and he's like,
Is
"Mom,
he is he on is he on the Game of Thrones set?
I don't
The
know," because they're building the sets right now, and he has to travel wherever they're gonna go. He didn't tell me what sets he's on yet. He's just like telling me, "Ma, it's a lot of sets that I have to be on." But he said, they still building. I think Um, they're gonna start filming. I think next week or the week after. That's when they really go into, the production part of it, the filming part of it. Um, but that's a blessing. So because my son is a nerd. He's a little 6'3", skinny little thing, but he's a nerd all day. And he and his
but
his
see,
boys,
nerds have like wads of cash.
right, 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 right.
Yeah,
He
nerds
he's
nerds get
he
paid.
and yes, they do. And he and his friends, I think they're all nerds. I love them all, but they all look out for each other. Like whoever's working, if they go on a Netflix, they, oh, let me recommend you. And when he does stuff, because he was, doing some other work, commercials and other stuff over the summer, and he would recommend his boys too. So two of his people, his boy and his best friend, a female, their brother and sister, they all went to school together. His sister works at HBO too. So now all of them work at HBO because they all put each other on. You know, their bosses say, do you have anybody, that can do XYZ? And, my son, since they have directing degrees in directing, my son has a degree in producing film and directing. So, because he stayed longer in school.
Good for him.
So, he has that little upper thing. But that's my kids are my greatest accomplishment for me. And my biggest accomplishment for my life overall, is for the Most High to use me to be light in the midst of darkness, to bring, his word and messages to people that's going to help save some souls. That's what I want. I want, when I close my eyes, that I know that a lot of people were touched with his messages and were able to turn their lives over and around, and you know just see the light and the blessing of. And it's not easy when you're changing your life to do the right thing, because see, when you're doing the wrong things, and we living in that just darkness and that sin and this drowning in it, the enemy don't mess with you. He like, oh, you good, I got you, you good. But as soon as you want to come out of it, oh my gosh, he come after you like crazy. I was crying the other day because people thought I was crying on this video that I posted, because somebody said something to me. I'm like, nah, nobody's gonna say nothing to me on my page and think that I'm gangster. We don't do that. But what happened was the enemy started attacking me before I dropped Riches of the World. The night before I dropped it, he was trying to attack me in my dreams. Then after it was out, I started, like, everything was coming up against me. Everything I was trying to do, everything was just like, and I'm saying, what is going on? But I knew what it was. And then he started attacking my daughter. That's what made me like cry and make the video, knowing he comes after you because he's like, oh, you want to save souls, you sitting up here, you want to do right, you want to put message songs out, I'm coming after you. And he did. He came after me through my daughter. We She was sick, worse because she's type 1 diabetic, but she was sick. And then also he was messing with her mind. And I had to go in, like I go into deep prayer, I go into fasting. I don't play calling on the Most High for help. I'm like, look, Father, I need everybody, and I need Jesus, Yahusha, I need him to come and walk down here with me. Something, the Holy Spirit say, I need everybody. I call on everybody, the whole heavens. I be calling on, like, Father, send everybody, because they only work on His command, regardless of what. But um I was under attack and I knew it. So I posted a video, and I was crying and booing and starting and talking about he gonna come after your ass. I had to say it because he does. That's why I was saying, um, when you're turning your life over and you're trying to do right, just alone, coming out of your old habits of, sleeping around with men, or men sleeping around with women, and or you gambling, or you swinging around a pole, you doing whatever. When you're trying to come out of those lifestyles, you're gonna have so much heaviness on you. But the Most High always allows you to know He is there. It's gonna be a light that shines in your heart, and you're gonna cry, you're gonna boo, you're gonna be screaming, I can't do this. You're gonna want to go back to your old ways, thinking that your old ways were, good because of you not going through anything when you was doing wrong. But when you hold on and you keep praying and you keep reading, studying the word, and you fasting, he opens up these doors and windows that you're like, oh my gosh. He opens up everything in your spirit for you to know how to fight in the spirit, because this is not a flesh battle. This is a spiritual battle. So, it's not easy, y'all, to turn your life over. But I'm gonna tell you, it's the best thing, and it's the best feeling in the world once you do turn your life over and you trying to live right by, the Most High's um, ordinances and statutes. Like, people think that because you're trying to do right, oh, the Bible's not real. Yeah, they took books out of the Bible. Of course they did. The Vatican took a lot of books out of the Bible because, you know, out of the Holy Scriptures, because that's really what it's called. They took a lot of books out because they didn't want us to know the truth. So once you start going and you studying and you see that stuff is missing, then you look for those books that that's missing. Enoch is definitely missing. Jubilees, Jasher, all of that stuff lines up with Genesis, and it makes sense, and it opens your eyes to a whole lot. The book of Solomon, um, Adam and Eve, like, it opens so much. You're like, wow, wow, that's because you start putting two and two together, and you're like, this is why the fight is going on, and this is why we in the middle of this, and this is why, like, it makes sense. It makes it come together, and it makes you want to fight. You know what I'm saying? That everything that the Most High has shown me makes me want to fight even more for goodness and greatness for us as a people, period, and for the world, the Gentiles, the whatever, the everybody. But it's not easy. It's not easy.
No, it's not. But I'm glad you came through, Jacci. I really am. It's really been a blessing seeing you once again. And of
My
course,
pleasure.
you're always looking good. You don't look
Thank
no
you.
older than you did when you was making Make It Last Forever, man. You still
That.
have
Thank
not
you.
aged. You age like fine wine. I'm trying to tell you now.
Thank you. Thank
Black,
you.
black don't crack, baby. I'm
No,
trying
it
to tell you.
don't. It don't.
Uh,
It
you
does
look
not.
good, and I know
Thank
you're
you.
eating right, and I know you're healthy because you look good. And
Thank
I'm digging the
you.
vibes. And you got a glow on you too, by the way. It's
Thank
a glow.
you.
I mean, it is amazing. It's radiant. It's like a halo.
Thank you. Oh, thank you, Boo. I
But thank you
appreciate
so
that so
much for
much.
coming through. If there's any advice you want to give to the youngsters that are coming up that want to get into the music industry, that have passion for music, what would you tell them?
Um, because I do artist development, and I tell this to all the people that I work with doing artist development. First of all, always go after your passion, but pray about everything. Don't sell your soul. Don't give away your publishing. Don't give away anything. If somebody want to buy something from you, say you got a track or whatever, and they want to buy it, don't be selling your stuff for no $300 and $400. No, you know, hold on to your stuff, and until you know that it's time, because you pray about it, he will give you the right time. Watch your lyrics. Make sure that you're not going in the wrong direction with your lyrics, because you got to live with that. But hold on. Don't ever stop, dreaming, but also include the Most High in your dream, because He's the one that put it in you. So if we take Him out of what we're doing, then now we're operating on darkness. We're not operating in light. So whatever you do, just keep doing. I don't care where you sing at. If you go do coffee shops around your area where you live, or you're doing the spring fling, and whatever other little things that you can do that the community have open, go do them. Go do them. Let the community love you. That's how a lot of people blew up, because where they lived, people love them. Because they out and they're like, oh, I know Jacci McGhee because she's doing this coffee house, and she's singing at such and such, and I love her music. Do your own original music. Don't always do cover tunes. You can do cover tunes, a little bit, but be you. Don't let nobody force you into being somebody else. And that's my advice. Never let nobody force you into being somebody else, and don't try to sing like anybody else. You be who you are, and use your gift for the right reasons. That's it.
Well, thank you for that advice. It's very, very well said. And kids and young folks, take after, listen to what Jacci McGhee has given y'all, because it is jewels. These are gems that some people may charge you for. Anyway, thank you so much for coming through. It has been great having you here. You
Thank
are
you.
one of a kind, and I love your voice, and I love the fact that you're singing God's music now, and that you're giving people the word through your music. So it's really dope to know that's where you went to in your life, in your career. And I'm digging the vibes, and I'm a fan of yours for the rest of my life. And I'll
Thank
follow you.
you.
I will listen to all your music. I will promote all your music. Speaking of music, I need your new song so I can put it in rotation. Other than
Okay,
that,
I got
you
you.
are so dope, and since you've been here on my show, you are in the Let's Chat and Jam fan, and you are the VIP of the fan. So what
Oh,
I'm telling you is this: there's no waiting time for you. So when you want to come on the show, all you gotta do is tap into me. That's right, folks. Go on to Let's Chat and Jam at Instagram if you want to interview, and if you want to put your word out there and let everybody know what you're doing in your career. Come on now, tap in and let me talk to you and put you on my show. You are a VIP, Jacci McGhee. There's no wait list for you. So when you hit me
thank
up on
you.
Instagram, you are in the show. May take a day or
Thank
two,
you.
but I'll make it happen.
Thank you,
Otherwise,
love.
thank you for coming through the show. You are one of a kind, as I said. And
Thank
also,
you.
folks, tap into Jacci McGhee. She's on all streaming platforms. I'm talking about every streaming platform there is: Apple Music, YouTube Music, Deezer, Pandora, iHeartRadio, Napster. The list goes on and on. There's so many
Yes.
stores out there streaming Jacci McGhee's music. So when you want to listen to her, all you got to do is go tap in. Thank you so much, Jacci McGhee, for
Thank
coming
you.
through. I
Thank you, Andrew.
appreciate your time. And
Thank
peace
you.
out to everybody. And if you guys have a dream, a passion, a goal, and you want to go somewhere in life, then all you got to do is go do it, because nothing's going to stop you from doing it but you. So get out your own way and pray, as Jacci McGhee says, pray about it, and it will happen for you.
That's
Thank you
right.
so much, Jacci McGhee, for your time. And
Thank you. Thank you,
for
Andrew.
those folks that are listening to this on Undiscovered Gems, the radio show, coming up right now is Jacci McGhee's new joint. Right now. All right. And